Hello, ladies, gents. The unit we're going to start today is only 2 lessons out of the textbook, and then I'm going to give you one other one that you're going to do just for some extra practice, and then we're going to have a small assignment based off of it. So it's rather a short one, and then we'll jump into the next unit after that. Okay, so as you can see from the top, you'll find this on page 423. It's 10.2. Maybe I'll just put that off to the top. And it's on number patterns. Okay, so it says here's a number pattern: 8, 12, 16, 20. First, they're asking for you to complete a table for the terms. The terms are these are terms. So 8 is a term, 12 is the next term, 16 is the next term, so on and so forth. Okay, and then graph it. The first thing they ask for is for you to say the pattern in words. And I'm sure you've done this before. So we're going to say start at, and then, well, where do we start? 8. And then what's happening after that? Well, we go up to 12, then to 16, then to 20. So it's getting bigger. So we're going to say it's going increases by, and then how many is it going up by each time? From 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20. Hopefully you just said it out loud or you're thinking it. Yeah, it increases by 4. Okay, so then here's the table. Okay, so some things before we go and fill this in. We see term number and term value. Term number, it's just which number in the pattern it is. In other words, like back up to the top here, this is the first term because it's the first number that appears. This is the second term. This is the third term. This is the fourth term. Okay, so just the order that they appear. It doesn't matter what they're worth. It's just that's the term number, the order that they appear. And you can see they want us to list off all the way to the 10th term. So they want 10 numbers. And then the next thing we see, term value. It's what it's worth. So the first term number, so the first number that appears, what's its worth? What is it worth? 8. Our second term number, what's its value? 12, 16, 20. And then for the next one, well, because we know that it's increasing by 4 each time, we would say 24. Then 28, 32, 36, 40, and finally 44. Just counting by 4s each time. Okay? The next thing they ask us to do is to graph it. So back to the graphing days. Always have a title. Always have your axes labeled. So term value, how much it's going up by. And then I gotta sneak it in. Term number along the bottom. So which number in the pattern is it? Okay. So I'm just going to cover up that bottom one for a minute so we can see the chart up top. So we can see our first term number is worth 8. So even though I don't have one written there, we can see that it's on the line. So the first one would be worth 8. The second term number has a value of 12. So there. The third one is 16. The fourth is 20. And then I just continued on. And if we were to draw a line along this, we would see we get a straight line. And when you get into high school, they're going to let you know that this is a linear relationship. Linear because it makes a line. This isn't going to be a perfect line by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. You will be graphing number patterns in high school that are nonlinear. You'll probably be drawing parabolas, which are things that kind of go like this, but we're not getting into that quite yet. But that's where this is leading. Okay, so now the next part. They ask us to write an expression for the nth term. this is also, so the nth term just means like an algebraic expression that describes the number pattern. So here's how it works. There's n, okay? And it stands for a number. What it means is if I replace n with the term number, whatever I do to it, it's going to spit out 8. If I replace n with 2, it'll spit out 12. So we could be saying, all right, well, how do I get 8 to, or sorry, if I replace it n with 1, how do I get it to spit out 8? Well, I'm just going to change this for a second. We could do this, n plus 7. Because if I replace n with 1 now, 1 plus 7 would be 8. So let's see for the second term if that would work. My second term, we remember, needed to be worth 12. If I replace n with a 2, so here, so we'll replace n with 1 plus 7 equals 8. That works for the first one. If I try that for our second one, 2 plus 7 would end up giving us 9, not the 12 that we need. So that's not going to work. What we'll do, I'm going to skip kind of ahead a little bit, okay? Straight to the shortcuts that you would need. When we did this, we filled this out. This is a big key to understanding how to build your nth term, which again is the algebraic statement that describes the number pattern, okay? We see that it's increasing by 4 regularly. Every single time we go to a term number, we get an increase of 4. Here's how you get that. So there's n, and to get it to increase by 4 each time, we're going to multiply it by 4. So I'm just going to write our number pattern here. So 8, 12, 16, 20. So we need 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay, so let's try that. We see that it's increasing by 4. We're going to multiply n by 4. So 4, replace n with 1, equals, or actually, I need a little bit more space. So 4 by 1. So 4 times 1 would be 4. 2 times 4 would be 8. 3 times 4 would be 12. Now we needed 8, 12, and 16. So we're not quite there, but take a look at what we do have. 4, 8, 12. Look at the increases. It went up by 4. That went up by 4. So we're most of the way there. So we have our increase of 4 each time, and that's because we multiplied n by 4. But we need something else. So let's take a look at our answer again. We're at 4. We needed it to be 8. So what do we have to do? Well, we need it bigger. By how much? By another 4. So let's just add 4 to it. So plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. And I'll get rid of these because we don't need them anymore. Okay, so let's try this as our nth term, 4n plus 4. again, an nth term, an algebraic expression that will produce the values that you need. Okay, so 4 times 1 would be 4, plus 4 would be 8. 2 times 4 would be 8, plus another 4 would be 12. 3 times 4 is 12, plus another 4 would be 16. And we have it. We can do the last one, even though I'm running out of room there. So try it for our 4th term. So replace n with 4. So 4 times 4 would be 16. 16 plus another 4 is 20. Okay? So we're getting it. If you can get, when you're trying to solve an nth term, if you can get it to give you 3 in a row or 4 in a row, you know you have it. It's not just okay to get 1 in a row or 2 in a row. We saw that at the beginning when I was just doing n plus 7. Okay? You have to get minimum 3 of them to work. Now, the next thing that it's asking you is to find the 20th term. And you'll see that, that your textbook will say find the 100th term or the 101st term. And that's the beauty of finding the nth term, so that expression that describes the number pattern. You can find any of them. And again, what it means by the 20th term, if I go back up to the top, so this is our little chart. I could take it and keep going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 20, and just keep adding 4 each time. But what if it asks you for the 100th term? I'm certainly not going to keep doing the pattern all the way up to 100. So that's what it's asking for. Okay, what's the 20th term number? What's the value of that 20th term number? So we know that our nth term is 4n plus 4. So all we'll do is like what we did here. We replace n with the term number, because that's what n stands for, term number right there, plus 4. 20 times 4 would be 80, plus 4 would then be 84. Okay? And you can find any term number by doing that. So that's the lesson. Give it a shot. Be patient with yourself. Please check the answers as you go. This is really important for this. As soon as you finish a question, flip to the page, have a look at what that answer is, go back, continue, okay? Or maybe for those of you that are using the electronic textbook, maybe print off that answer page so that you can just have it sitting there, or open it again in a second window so that you can just click, see, yes, I got it right, go back, keep going. Because you definitely are going to need that feedback as you're going through with this. Okay? So, and remember, worst case scenario, if you're still not understanding where it's coming from, please use the Mathify website, tvomathify.com. You can message me. I'll be checking my notes throughout the day, and I'll see if I can walk you through it. And yeah, have fun. Take care.